at 220,000. And I know there was a lot of, there were a few questions last go around about how it worked and who was actually using the space. So I went in and just wanted to show you that we have waived the fees for 113 events. 96 of those events were school-related, municipal events. And then there were 17 events that I just categorized as miscellaneous. They're charity events. We have the Boy Scouts, the Board of Elections, etc. So those are those 17.
I have a quick question. What would qualify as courtesy?
Courtesy would be if there is a patron that has had a negative experience, things were not exactly as they had planned, we would credit them appropriately depending on what it was. Fortunately, we don't have too many of those.
And the net revenue, as you stated, I just want to clarify. So that is the gross revenue sans the security deposit and the event staff gratuity. It doesn't include.
They're not included in that 287.
So it does. The 287 figure doesn't include staffing costs or other expenses.
Correct, it does not. But as we had talked about recently,
Yeah.
it's something that we're going to start to track for 2023, and we'll be able to report it on a monthly basis if you'd like to see that. Okay.
What was the revenue that was budgeted for 2022?
205,000. So we are considerably over what was anticipated.
Maybe by the end of December, that will be at 50% over. In other words,
Yep.
the 205 may become 305. Since we're at 287, we only need
It's possible.
13,000 to hit 300.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Anything else? Any questions from the board? Not?
Okay. And an update on the charging stations. The number of drivers dropped dramatically, as we know, in July after we started to charge. But what I'm seeing now is a trend upward of people coming back. You can see the numbers each month are starting to climb. And the November number is really only 50%. So there's a good chance that will be over 30 for the end of November. The sessions, same scenario, is starting to climb again. And I think it's all good, but the financials don't quite show that it is positive with the return of some folks. The reason for that is that the increase in the energy costs has made a difference. So last month, for example, it was $160 profit. No, it wasn't. It was actually $173. We were charged for the use of the electricity for 30 days. This month it's 173. So that has gone up. We've brought in $207 in revenue, and again, with the utility costs deducted, we do have a net profit, albeit kind of small. Okay.
I think, we started this, we knew when we weren't charging that it was going to cost us money. So we've gone to the point where it's not costing us money and we're still providing a service for those who choose to use it.
I mean, if the energy cost remains level, we'll see a much better return
Well,
Yeah.
this month.
I think also the increase in energy costs will make our EV charging stations more appealing because we're at NYPA's rate, a lower rate because it's a government building, government facility, so we're paying less of a rate.
And we also have the alternative of raising the rates. Now,
Correct.
we don't know what that's going to do with demand, but it may. I don't think it matters at this point when we're dealing at a total cost of $173 for the
Mhm.
charging stations and a revenue of $207. So it's They're not big numbers.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is that, in essence, before we charge for it, we were kind of supplementing or having the overall taxpayer supplement electricity for those who use electric cars. Now that we're asking people who use electric cars to cover what the town's paying out, I can see it where it's a benefit to those who own electric cars because they're getting a cheaper rate than they might at home due to the rising electricity, so it is a
It's an
win-win.
interesting question that you pose because we don't know who's using them. You know, we haven't tracked license plates or
Yeah.
anything like that. So we don't know if the people using our charging stations, you know, even have a garage with a charging station in their house, as opposed to somebody who lives in an apartment or somebody who's visiting from another location and is using the park and is just, you know, charging while they're here. We don't know any of that. Good. Anything else?
Just a reminder that December 3rd is our third annual Holiday Lights event. There should be flyers on your desk.
Can we
will
put that
start
up on the
promoting them
screen?
this-
Can the public see it?
I'm sorry?
Can the public see it?
I'm not sure if they can see it. I don't have it on my slide. But actually, by the time we meet again, we'll have already taken place. So we'll have some more to report there.
As long as it's on the website and in social media.
It will be.
Okay. Very good. Thank you, Camille.
You're welcome.
Vic, do you have anything to add, Mr. Director of Parks and Facilities?
Vic Federico, Director of Grounds Facilities. Just a couple of minor things. We've had the pavers around the pavilion reset, so there's no more trip hazards. The water has been turned off in the pavilion, so the bathrooms are closed for the season. We do have signs out there. And last week we had HBO here, where we closed down the park for a day, and I have to give credit to all the patrons that come here. They followed all our leads and all our signage stating that the park would be closed, and very few came to the park that day, and HBO had a great day.
Thank you. We did that. We did that.
I know, do you want to say something, or I could just respond?
Yeah, you received it, so. Debbie, why don't we wait until we finish the agenda, at the end of the agenda? Vic, thank you very much. By the way, they have all of our information. Do they indicate that they may want to come back for another show?
Yes, definitely. They really enjoyed being here. So we encouraged them to come back, and they actually were going to come back and take some additional interior pictures. So that, keep our fingers crossed.
Very good. That's nice. Are we going to get a credit?
I believe we are.
Good. And
It's the first season, 5th episode.
do we know when that's going to be aired?
So first episode is going to be in February, so I'd say March.
All right.
They're going to let us know.
Okay, great. What was that?
Hawaii, Sicily, town of Rye.
That is, he knows it.
Okay. Financial report, Dave? You have anything? I know.
No additional report, just the report that was submitted for receivables. That's sure.
0.78%. Our receivables as a percentage of our tax levy is 0.78%.
Right, of the. Right, and the total tax levy is about 200 million for all municipalities.
So, and October is when we make the county whole for the 40% of the balance for the county. So as of October, we've made all municipalities whole in their taxes. So the outstanding taxes are just short of 1.7 million. That is the town receivable. So as it gets collected, then it just goes into the town funds, but it's very low compared to any other year in the last 20 years. So that's,
We'll try to
Jeff said what receivables is really, was his comment.
Yeah, well, if you look at the in rem receivables tab, we only have, actually, there's one property in the 2019 class we're in court with, and there are not 3 properties from the 2020 class anymore. One of them paid, so we only have 2 properties in that class, which will appear on the next monthly report.
Right, this takes it through October 31st, so
Right.
as there's payments that come in. So that's,
We're hoping that at the end of the year, there will only be 1 left on that list. So, anyway,
right, so.
thank you, Jeff. Is Nick on tax collections?
Nick is having technical trouble, so he is not on.
Well, we will accept his report as submitted. Hope, do you know, was he gonna make an announcement of somebody to,
I did ask him, and he had no announcements.
no announcements, okay. And, town clerk's report, Hope is submitted. Do you have anything to add?
The only thing I would like to add is to wish everyone a blessed Thanksgiving season and holiday.
That's not part of your report.
That's the only time I get to speak.
You can speak anytime. And Jeff, town attorney report, anything else besides tax certs?
No.
Okay. Well, since Hope beat me to the punch, before we adjourn, I would like to wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving. Debbie, you had something?
Before we adjourn, I'd like to talk about our community cleanup event that's being sponsored by our Sustainability Committee is this coming weekend. It is going to be a bright, sunny, chilly Sunday morning, and I encourage everyone to bring their families, bundle up, and come join us in our community cleanup event. We have 4 locations all going on at the same time, starting at 9 a.m. until 11 a.m. And in our Rybrook location, we're cleaning up Bowman Avenue. You meet at Portchester Middle School and you park at the Rye Ridge Shopping Center. The Portchester location, we're cleaning up the Portchester Marina area. Meet on the promenade in between Colony Pizza and Bartaco. And the Mamaroneck location, we're cleaning up the approaches to the schools on Barry Avenue. So meet in the parking lot for the Sedona Tap House at 640 Boston Post Road. And we'll go from there. And then the City of Rye location is Ryetown Park. It's a beach cleanup. And everyone should meet our park director, Russell Gold, at the Tower Building at 95 Dearborn Avenue
And
in
repeat,
Rye.
what time is this?
9 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Okay.
And there is you can register in advance. The QR code is on your screens. It will take you straight to our website where you can register and sign a waiver. Walk-ins are welcome, and we'll have waivers for people to sign if they walk in. And I would say, please be advised that children under 14 must be accompanied by a chaperone, an adult chaperone.
All right. Thank you. And Debbie, you received a text message. Did you reply by text?
I did. Well, it was on the Facebook post.
Oh, the Facebook post. You
Yes.
replied on the Facebook post?
I did.
Okay.
And just so, everyone knows, that message was asking or reminding us to recognize Carol Truance, who was a remarkable person. I don't know how else to reiterate how wonderful she was. We did have a moment of silence for her last month, but she's still fresh in our minds. We still really miss her. She's irreplaceable in so many ways, and you know, she'll be in our thoughts definitely this holiday season. And you know, the town of Rye is grateful for everything she's done on behalf of the town and the community.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Just want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you in December.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
Thank you.